Is it live now? I think so. Welcome everybody to episode 2 of the Kalispell Warhawks Rebuild Dynasty on College Football 26. This is my live stream, fast-paced Dynasty series where I've taken the old team that I built up many years ago. I have them rebuilt in CFB 26, and this is just going to be a fun little project for me as I continue to get familiar with the game. I'm rebuilding this team now all over again in this game. And today we are going to finish off this first season in the series. We're going to go through our first off-season, and we'll see how far we get. I want this to be a fast series, and ideally, if we could do like an off-season and like around a full season in a video here in a stream, that would be ideal. We'll see. I don't usually do this kind of series, but I wanted to this year, especially after making Kalispell all over again. I certainly wanted to play with them. So, as we start this stream off, we are 0-7. We have not won a game all year. We've had some close calls, but obviously with this team, it was going to be very tough. You see the overalls at the top of the screen, 54 overall. We had a close game against Hawaii. They scored a pick 6 late that made it worse, but then 29-27, we almost beat undefeated San Jose State. I think if we're to score a win the rest of the year, Wyoming, Nevada, those might be our best chances to do it. So welcome to everybody watching live here on the channel. If you're watching afterwards, I will put some chapters down below if you want to skip to a certain part of the stream and check out different games of the off season. But we're going to start off here talking recruiting. You know, the only way this is going to get better is if we can recruit some players that can help make a difference. And we have one of the luckiest situations we could run into here. So our top pipeline is Big Sky, right? Wyoming, Montana, those northwestern-ish states. 4-star receiver Tad Vilma is the number 7 receiver in the country. He is from Wyoming, and nothing is more important to him. His deal breaker, proximity to home, which has us in first place, at least for right now. But BYU is also close. And I don't know if we're going to be able to stay in first place after already having a visit. We're going to have to withstand BYU's Week 8 visit that's going to happen here immediately today. And we'll see. That could be a big addition for us. Now, the other thing that I made sure to do was to add some more players on our board before going live, just so I could have some more options. And I found a lot of tackles I'd like to look into. We're going to do some scouting on the pass protectors and the more well-rounded players. So just kind of going into each one to see who looks the most intriguing. And already seeing the 76 pass block, 74 finesse here on Devon Cushing. I do like what I see here, and I think this is probably going to be definitely good enough to get an offer from us. So he's going to be one of our newest targets. We'll put 15 for now on this one. There's no way to go to 20 points exactly. And then I'm thinking I have a couple centers here on the board. I also wanted to look. I added a couple safeties, but I don't have the points to do any more scouting. So I'm just going to offer a scholarship here to Hugh Suttle, who's the 17th ranked free safety in the country, 654 nationally. So anybody that's there, like the top 1,000, is pretty much going to be a decent fit for us. But otherwise, we are still chasing that first win. And I know many of you have asked about the team I'll be playing as in my main dynasty here on the channel, and I have it in the pinned comment. I'm looking to start that up this Sunday. I have started working on it a little bit. But I'm not going to launch a big series on like a Friday or Saturday. They're just not great days for viewership. So if I couldn't get it ready for tomorrow, Sunday was the next day. That would really make sense. So I'm going to target Sunday to start the main project. But what I'm doing here in Kalispell will give me some experience and some reps inside of Dynasty Mode this year, so that I can see, sliders with wear and tear and just all the new stuff, how I want to tailor that new series. Hey, Kane, hope you're enjoying CFB so far. My UCF team just lost 42 players. Can't imagine how many you'll lose. Yeah, we got to see if next year even gets easier or if it actually gets tougher. What imagine if Marcus Calhoun transfers away. The series might just end at that point. So if we can score our first win today, I will reveal to you the team that I'll be taking over in that series. But we have to score a win. When's the next Marlins episode? That's going to be tomorrow. I have just recorded it. Oh, he spun away. A nice play inside the 10. Yeah, this defense has been pretty... honestly, the defense hasn't been our greatest issue. I think it's more so on the offensive side. When is the Luis Estrella wide receiver Road to Glory stream? You want an injury-prone deep threat? Otis Frazier chases down the ball carrier as we try to keep him out of the end zone. Thank you, Amazing, for the 26 months of channel membership. Thank you for that. I did watch the All-Star game. Yep, I watched that and the Derby. The All-Star game got pretty interesting late last night, especially with how they went to the swing-off. I didn't even know was a thing. Are you thinking Johnny Sampson will be on App State for the rest of his college career? Probably. If he had gotten more development and kind of leveled up more, it would have been fun to return to a big school, but it hasn't worked out that way, so I see it being App State the entire way. As we give up a touchdown now, New Mexico makes it 14-0. Make it 17-0, and they're not giving us very many scenarios. I'm not going to jump in down 24-0. I want the action to go by pretty quickly today. If it's not within reach, let's just move on, because we know we're not going to be a great team this year. Oh, Nathan, I already said that. Yeah, if we get one win, I will share the team. That's my challenge today as we try to avoid going 0-12. That would be a terrible way to start this. So the big thing I'm looking at here, simulating into our next week, is did that 4-star receiver flip BYU to the top? I'm hoping they got blown out. Hank Holder, 5-star running back, Road to Glory. I think he'd be a receiver. Thank you for the membership, too. So we did lose a battle this week. John Toviesi just picked UTEP over us. This was close. I had scheduled a visit hoping we could kind of move back into first place, but did not happen. We lose that one. How about Tad Vilma? Okay. For him to have visited BYU and still have them third, I think is good. But the issue now is he has a Week 10 visit in Minnesota. They're already in first place. So I don't think I love our chances there. We do have a receiver already in the class. It's only a one-player class right now, as I'll delete these locks. We have Sal Weathersby. So he's going to have 80 release, solid route running and acceleration and spec catch, but not very quick. How well will this actually translate to production? Can't wait for the main dynasty. I'm doing a coach carousel to start this year. Started at Central Michigan as OC after 3 years, now head coach for Indiana. That's pretty cool. Maybe next year, if I do like, if I find that I like doing like the main series and then maybe a more experimental stream series, I would love to one day make that more of a Coach Carousel experience. But we'll see how the Kalispell ride goes here. Don't know how many streams this will take, but I want to move quickly and see what we can do with this team. All right, so I got 80 hours to spend. We're probably in good shape here for Marquis Twyman. No one else is really trying. Chance Coates. It'd be nice if we could actually get a little bit more progress each week, because I want these battles to be done so that all the points can just move on to the next player. So I think here, I might actually be able to hard sell on Ben Portilla, considering I have 2 grades that are really good. I know in this game you have to be a little more selective about when to hard sell, but I do think with an A+ and a B+ here, I know my camera's blocking that. Kind of better to have it over here for recruiting. But I think that A+, B+ makes the hard sell actually better in this case. For Tad Vilma, maybe is this a spot to sway? Is there a sales pitch that includes playing time and proximity to home? There is. I gotta go for it. I gotta go. I've not really tinkered with swaying in the last game, and I haven't done it yet in this one. I need playing time and procs to home. This one right here. So I don't know if this is going to work, but I think it's maybe my best shot. And it's only 30 points compared to the 50 I was spending. So I can put like another 10 in there, and this is going to be my last ditch effort to get Tad Vilma. I mainly focus on proximity to home deal breakers because it means they won't leave. I mean, when you're a small school, that is the kind of thing you have to look at. You know, pro potential here is not really a great deal. You know, in the case of Justice Takeoff. And I already have a receiver in this class. Maybe I'll take the 10 off of him. Fabian Garrison. I do want to add a good pass rusher. We're kind of gaining points, though, at the same speed as ECU. So we need something to give us an edge. The pitches don't look great. We could set up a visit. So maybe I will do... I don't know if any of our stuff is going to be good enough. Deal breaker is playing time. Okay. So I could schedule a visit. Show them how bad we are and say, look, you can get on the field immediately. That's no problem. And let's see. I know I had a few more players that I could still stand to get some scouting on. Got Jeremiah Queen. 76 zone coverage. Yeah, I kind of like what I'm seeing here. I'm just going to offer a scholarship this week. So we'll have 2 linebacker targets then, Jeremiah Queen and Steve Butt, who is now favoring Kentucky. Part of why I wanted to look at a different linebacker. At this stage, when a big school gets involved, we pretty much got to concede defeat. Let's jump into our coaching skills now in Tactician. So I've already put some points into the the offensive line. I almost feel like I have to do it again, considering our run game is so bad. So that is what I'll do. Remy Jean-Charles needs to get the big boys playing better, because here's how we've ran the ball this year. Eddie Benson has 213 yards, Sammy Hawthorne 68. It's pathetic. There are teams that throw it 80% of the time that laugh at the way we run the football. I doubt there is a team with worse rushing production than us. And let's find out right here. 327 yards, dead last in rushing. Unless we can find a way, perhaps against Wyoming, to break through. Recruiting is actually really fun in this game. I'm 6 years into Dynasty. I've appeared in the playoffs 2 straight years, and I'm still struggling to land guys. Yeah, I think the issue has always been, like, at a certain point, it's no longer difficult because you have all the hours to spend, and teams just aren't competing with you. Sometimes it gets tough if, like, a big-name player is favoring another big school, and they get, like, an early visit or something. I really wish there was a recruiting slider, or there was something to customize the difficulty there. All right, everybody. This is a rivalry week now. Let's get to our moments today. Is this the week we can finally get that first victory? We're in the red zone at the 19. All right, it starts with getting on the board and taking a lead, right? So Marquise Walker has us under center at the 19. And we'll run it here. Eddie Benson getting 3. Yeah, I've noticed a lot of rainy games. I'm not sure if that's a team builder thing. So from what I've been told by a viewer is that the stadium you pick in Team Builder dictates like the climate and the weather you're going to see. That's caught. Chester Dudley breaks a tackle, gets us a first down. So I guess the stadium I picked is meant to be like based in Alabama. I happened to pick our stadium because it was the one that resembled, you know, Kalispell Stadium in the first series the best. But here is Wyoming, so it's not even the same deal. Who's 12 in the backfield? Who is that? That must be one of the generic players. I don't know if I read the patch notes fully, honestly. I know they cleaned up a couple of the bugs, like the snapping of the ball. That was a problem. Sammy Hawthorne carries. He runs in a touchdown. We've taken the lead in Wyoming. And we need a good showing. Good start, Kalispell. Like this stadium that we have, not this one we're in right now, but the stadium I chose is very close to Central Michigan. Yeah, I love the uniforms. You know, I've always liked the color scheme here, and then the updated set, I think, looks really good. They did not score on that drive. But our next situation's here, 3rd and 8. We're going to send some pressure here, getting aggressive, coming after the quarterback. Oh, boy. Dumped off, easy first down. So now can we keep him out of the end zone? Hand off to the right side, and man, the more they just bounce runs out, the more success they have. We cannot guard sideline to sideline. The linebackers are not very fast outside of Marcus Calhoun. This is another scoring chance. They've worked up and down the field. There we go. Meet him in the backfield. That's better. I kind of like this 3-3-5 for some of our run defense. I find it a little bit tougher for them to get to the edge. And we send 5. Lobbed end zone. Recover. No. Touchdown, Wyoming. Could not close the gap in time. They beat Dante Clark there for the touchdown. It's now 14-7. As we get into a Kalispell 2-minute drill. Do I have a schedule for these? Not a set one, but I am like scheduling them in advance. Like I threw this one up this morning because I knew I'd be doing it. Dump that. Nice catch, Eddie. It's our 9th game on the year. Benson on the carry, and he gains 1. Keep him in to protect this time, and smart route, Rashawn Brooks. Oh boy, pressure incoming. I really hope we can get some offensive line upgrades going into next season. But being that I haven't gotten to see this team, you know, take on the transfer portal yet or go through a full offseason, I'm not even sure what to expect. I know it's supposed to be tougher this year because so many more players end up in the portal. So the thought of this team not being able to get better for year 2 is quite scary. All right, 14-7 in the second half. We have them driving again. I'd be open to possibly giving Bradley a start late, especially if we're like 0-11 and just need something new. Pick that! Pick that! It's almost intercepted by TJ Garner. We break it up, though, keep him from scoring, and now it's the fourth quarter. We're down 7. I would consider this to be 4-down territory as well. Third down for Marquise Walker. Get around him and got it. Rashawn Brooks on the catch. He does have an interception on the day, 135 yards. Now they got me having to face a 3rd down and 10. Could still be 4-down territory. And it's caught by Troy Evans this time. That's back-to-back conversions. Yeah, I don't trust you to pick moments for me right now. I'm getting this whole drive. We're going to throw a screen here to Sonny Archer, but nice job getting over. Throwing outside for Everett Whitfield. And the tight end gets us to the 4. Feeling like in this game, you really got to earn your yards. All right. Let me switch Sonny Archer here. Got Whitfield motioning to the right side. And Brooks on the slant. Makes the catch. Kalispell scores. Gotta win this rivalry game. We're gonna kick the extra point. Still a lot of time to go in this game. Good drive. Oi, no! The rain penalty on power is crazy. It is not like kicking last year. Like, they deduct your kick power in the rain so much. Our kicker has like 81 power. That is a slider you can adjust, and I probably will, because it's ridiculous. I'll probably play the remainder of this game now. Fake. 2nd and 5. He's chased out of the pocket. Able to get the first down as they'll take it inside 3 minutes now. Can the defense come up with a clutch play late? Nice. Marcus Calhoun on the TFL. Let's call a timeout there. I don't think anybody's really injured right now. Cam Davenport is still wide to the outside. That's a catch. All right. Trying to keep them out of the end zone here. Wyoming on 3rd and goal. Quarterback running. Calhoun has him. He won't get there. But will they be willing to go? They're lining up for a field goal. Yeah, I mean, that's the way these games tend to go. When they introduce something new, a lot of times they just go way too far. Here we go, everybody. 17-13. Trying to score that first victory of the season, of the Dynasty. Marquise Walker, it's your moment. And we'll throw over the middle, incomplete for Whitfield. Rashawn Brooks, Troy Evans. Those are the guys that we need to make some plays here late. Let's get one into a playmaker's hands here. Rashawn Brooks. What's the point of leading me out there if I can't get a block on that guy? Very rough start. All right, 3rd down and 12. And not enough time to get the pass away, and it's suddenly 4th down. Oh, already in this bad spot, and this is the game right here. Five wide. Troy Evans, perhaps on a deep ball. Wayne McLeod coming across the middle is an option. They jumped. I think that's going to be on them. Offsides. All right. Let's shorten that up a little bit. Would it be considered backseating if I said to be careful about not recruiting positions? Because I've seen someone be stuck with only a kicker for a year and it was a bad time. At what? Kicker? Or quarterback? I was thinking about that in terms of, like, just always making sure you have a couple guys on the depth chart. I put a kicker on the board today. All right. I got the snap off finally. And Brooks makes the catch. We're not done yet. He's to midfield. The drive continues. Ooh. Yeah, we're going to throw this out to Brooks here. Wide receiver screen. Man. So many of these plays, there's like one guy. If you don't block him, he's clearly going to make the play. All right, 48 seconds and counting now to go 51. Out for Brooks. I'm going to call the timeout there. He was stuck with a kicker for kicking and punting. Got it. Yeah. I'm wondering if I'll probably end up with my main series doing like a transfer limit per year. Heading to the air again. Intercepted. Trying to hit Sonny Archer. The hunt for win number 1, unfortunately, continues. Oh, man. Moving the ball is tough here. I would think like a max of 15 or 20 would be fine. Like, I think 10 is, you know, probably good for some, but I would like there to be more than 10. 0-9. What do we got? Ben Portilla has committed. There we go. A 3-star cornerback. 3-star. So let's check out some of these recruiting battles now and see if it's gotten any better, specifically on Vilma. Because this battle's about done. This battle's about done. The sway attempt failed. You can see there, the sway attempt has failed. I don't think I'll have a second try at doing it either. I just don't think we can do it. Yeah, I'm going to take a look at C4's. I have his video bookmarked so I can see if I want to adopt the same settings there. Max of 25 with user on 38, CPU on 45. Yeah, there's multiple settings I'm going to have to get to know there. Very curious what ends up happening, though, in our first go in this series, which we will be finding out here shortly. Jeremiah Queen. I want to know how many points I should put into this battle. 74 speed tells me I shouldn't go overboard. So I am going to probably do a solid 30 if no one else is showing interest. Let's scout Hugh Subtle a little bit. Good zone coverage. Not much of a tackler. Speed looks on the higher end. He's probably going to be good enough, so we're going to add him with 35. Yeah, we still got a few targets here that I think we're going to be in good shape ultimately for. This one hurts, man. Benjamin Queen. We messed up his deal breaker long ago. We still have some points there, but now Ole Miss is interested. That's probably going to be a loss. Let's see. I haven't really been able to do much with running back this year. I have a couple guys, though, that haven't really been scouted yet. Here is Miles Moon. He is 5'11", 202. I like 72 break tackle there. 80 speed, 72 vision. Yeah, I just got to get used to players being much slower in this game. Whoops. I apparently lost my connection. Can I get back in? Should be good. Johnny makes low 80s speed work. Barely. Barely. Johnny Sampson, man. I don't know if he's ever going to be a star. Here's the other kicker I wanted to scout here. Vaughn Soto. I got another center on here as well. 17th or 14th ranked center. I'm just going to offer a scholarship here to PJ Gooden. And then I had, yeah, Miles Moon. Well-rounded, not very quick. I guess one thing I'm wondering with players like Moon here, are we going to see more speed development over the course of a career? Because if they're starting lower and they stay lower, that's really tough. What's nice, too, is the way I structured, like, the day one Kalispell roster. Like, most of the starters are, like, freshman and sophomore. So anybody that stays has a decent chance at getting better. Also, something else I was curious about maybe checking out today. I'm going to just take the L on this battle here. But I was wondering if we should check out the manual development at all. Because I haven't really explored it outside of Road to Glory. If it works like Road to Glory, then I have a little experience there. Yeah, let me get a little bit of effort here on PJ Gooden then. I want to get some offensive line upgrades for next year, and that's all of our hours this week. So let me check out my league settings. I'm going to set this penalty to 0 because I'm mostly I just want to check it out and see what it looks like. What do you guys think in terms of the automatic versus the manual? This is closer to Miami because I'm just playing the moments on most games. I'm going to simulate some as well. I mean, I'd probably be simulating more here if I wasn't so focused on trying to get our very first victory. But in some of these more lopsided matchups, I'm not really going to bother. I do want this to be a rather fast experience. Manual is cool, gives you a lot of control with the penalty, is not OP at all. I like manual. Auto progression has ruined some high-level prospects in 25. Yeah, in general, I don't mind kind of just like dealing with what happens. But it's a new option this year, so, you know, I wanted to at least take a look and at least have used both mechanics before I start off my main dynasty. 3rd down and 2. We're going to run this to the right. If we could ever get off of our blockers there, it'd be phenomenal. They got us going for it, though. Yeah, that's the thing, too, is I don't want to make it too much easier, especially if the CPU is now significantly less efficient at doing their upgrades than the user. And in general, after playing so many of these series and so many of these games, I tend to embrace the things that make it a little more difficult. So I'm just going to check it out, you know, in this series. Like, I'm looking at this as kind of a test bed for my main dynasty. Plus, also, I want to build up this team again. I think it'd be fun. Walker trying to take off and get it here. 1st down. Metro gives a super chat. I bet Texas State is the real dynasty team. We'll see. I'll let you know who it is if we win a game. What do you guys think about the gameplay feel in this one versus 25? Like, I like 25's gameplay a lot, and this one does feel significantly slower. I haven't really played nearly enough full games to really say which one I like better, because my experience so far is playing with Kalispell and playing with an 84 speed running back in Road to Glory. Otherwise, I spent a bunch of time in Teambuilder to even make Kalispell. So I'm kind of playing a little catch-up here in terms of actual gameplay experience. I haven't played Out of the Park really outside of 1 year, and that was just a little bit. On 2nd and goal, stepping up, and wide open is Sonny Archer. We score first against the Wolfpack. When is Madden coming out again? In my notes, I have early access day as August 11th. Oh, great. Here's the situation. 1st and goal from the 3. Good luck. And on the RPO, Wolfpack tie the game. Nice play. I think the CPU handles RPOs much better in this game. I've seen them run and pass, whereas in 25 they would throw it every time. Can we know who the head coach is for the new dynasty? I think you can get that one out of me. My lean right now is going to be a defensive-minded head coach. I went through some rosters earlier, and I couldn't find anybody from the state I was trying to pick. Nice job with the pressure there. But I think our head coach is going to be from the Minnesota Dynasty. Which would make you guys more excited? Jonathan Starks or Reggie Carter? Because I'm thinking Jonathan Starks. The undersized linebacker. Downfield shot now. It is broken up. Nice job, Cam. Seven apiece, 2-minute drill. I'm seeing some love for both, but Jonathan Starks maybe a little bit more. That was kind of what I was thinking. Jonathan Starks. Sling that one to Archer. Nice move. We got to get our tempo going. Starks had his time in Kalispell. That's true. He was coordinator. I just remembered that. Maybe I do go Reggie Carter. Give Carter his moment. Yeah, I forgot Starks had already been a coordinator. This pocket is not a safe place to be. Oh, wow. That's why Rashawn Brooks is wide receiver 1 right there. I don't know if we have anybody else making that play. That was nice. Next Marlins vid tomorrow. Out of reach for Rashawn Brooks that time. Yeah, I think Brooks was head coach of Vandy, if I'm not mistaken. That does sound right. Oh, boy. Man, I had Whitfield breaking open there late. All right, and just, I want to heave it up, and I don't have the time for it. All right, so that's going to be the first half, 7 apiece. Improvement. And now we're in the red zone as we jump back in. And on the keeper, I wasn't trying to go around Whitfield there to the right. I wanted to just work that block into him. All right, third down. We're in field goal range. Don't want to get too greedy. I hit the wrong button. I meant square. I meant square. Wow. No, that was not the result we hoped for. Wanted Brooks. All right, the struggles continue. Third down and 8. Playing some defense today. What star prospect do you think Chuck Johnson was? A 2 is what I'd say. Oh, a quarterback keeper on 3rd and 10. Probably close enough to go for it, I'd think. All right, 4th and 1, heading to the air. They got it. We're heading to the 4th quarter now. Nevada is driving. And we have a chance to get off the field again. Truly, Hank Holder could play almost any position, honestly. With that athleticism and size. I still think receiver is my favorite. They hit us with that one. Goal to go, Wolfpack. Chuck went to South Carolina. That is correct. So really maybe more of a 3-star, just because can't really picture South Carolina playing a 2-star quarterback. Nice running here. Nevada touchdown. They scramble it in. Start of the Dynasty with Old Dominion. 30 guys hit the portal. Talked 2 into coming back. 15 graduated. Lost all my quarterbacks. Signed 13 off the portal, but only had 2 QBs. Yeah. I'm a little worried about what could happen. Because, yeah, that's the tough part is, like, you can lose so many to graduating and then up to 20 additional by default. And I am going to try out default settings and see what I think. Why am I on defense now? I like the play the moments thing. Either it's always been bad or it's gotten worse. I'm not sure. Because I got a 3rd down conversion there, and next thing I know, I'm on D. That's lofted. Cam, get there. Cam, no. Calhoun about to transfer to West Virginia. Please let him stay here. This team is a 54 overall with 5 players above 70 overall, so that's what we're getting into with this. If we lose, start Bradley next week. I think 0-10 is a good time for a quarterback change. All right. 2 scores in 4 minutes. When will you start your NCAA 26 Dynasty? I am looking at Sunday. Kick is good. All right, I'm taking over, it looks like, with 3 minutes to go. 3rd and 4 at the plus 29. Whitfield. There we go. Everything's got to be in traffic. We do not create a lot of separation. Just let me play. So we got to score here, get a stop, score again. Brooks. 2 minutes to go. A channel membership is good for 1 channel. I don't have memberships on the 2nd channel anymore. I have them just on the main. 2nd down and 6. Rolling, throwing, intercepted. Trying to hit Rashawn Brooks, and he sailed it. Had to run away from pressure. That or get sacked. Circle was open. Oh, yeah, maybe. With the right throw, I can get Sonny. If it's like Madden 17 all day. In this game, that's no guarantee that this corner doesn't catch up or something happens there. Trying to go back to the middle. He gets up there. That's a perfect way for us to try to maybe work Austin Bradley into some late season action. 17-7. A lovely sight coming back from work to a Cane stream. Ready to help you unwind, Isaiah. If your idea of relaxing is watching a team that cannot win, struggle to do anything right. Tad Vilma has committed to Minnesota. Our chance at adding a 4-star is gone. It popped up Marcus Calhoun there. I don't know what I thought I was going to see. I thought I was going to be like, I'm out of here. Yeah, we're probably losing to New Mexico. I'm okay making a quarterback change here. Let's get little more playing time for Austin Bradley. Let's get Sammy Hawthorne more carries late in the season. I mean, my receivers are already set up optimally. There's not a whole lot of changes I can make as far as, like, trying out someone who could actually be successful. Like, our best guys are out there, I promise you that. Some might believe that Kane is selling the season so he doesn't have to tell us his team. However, I know from experience, this is Kane at his best, trying desperately to win. Happens. Thank you for the super chat. We'll see if I get a win. Benjamin Queen has picked Ole Miss. Man, this is a humbling... No, we got locked out by Jeremiah Queen. All right. And then, you know, for Tad Vilma to pick Minnesota and bump us down to third in the process. Oh, and then out of nowhere, Fabian Garrison just goes ECU. I know I'm not winning this battle. So I'm wondering if I'm getting to the point now where, like, 2 stars are going to be options for me. I'm going to land probably these 2 guys. I have a 2-player class right now, a 3-star wideout, 3-star corner. All right, I'm not going to probably be battling here for Cornell Luttman. Let me look at my tackles. Man, I've already had to take so many guys off the board. I'll offer a scholarship here to Tyree Agnew. At this point, I'm just not even scouting. I'm just begging players to come play for us. Yeah, I'm going to look again for linebackers probably. And then I was interested here in the kicker, Vaughn Soto. 89 power, 82 accuracy. I've seen enough. Vaughn Soto, come on down. So are there still 3s for me to pursue? I'm going to go edge rusher right now. There might still be some 3s that work. Let me move my camera again for recruiting. So Ralph McRae has us like a bad deal breaker, but we're still in the mix there. Then I got, yeah, I don't think I'm going to win this battle against Northwestern. This battle is good. This battle, I still have a few that are doable. But if I don't see it there being a good path in, then I'm not even going to bother. Started out at Purdue, so I figure out the new recruiting. Went 9-3 to the Big Ten title game. Won a bowl. Had 20 transfers. Got 6 to transfer to me, but have no secondary. Yeah, I don't know yet without experience, like, how I think it needs to be rebalanced as far as how many you lose. But there are sliders, at least, and settings. So I'm really happy about that. But just some of the things by default are kind of shocking. I'm going to put Barlow back on the board. I had removed him earlier. I'm looking for an archetype that might be able to do a little bit of coverage. So I'm avoiding the thumpers right now, of which there are many. Are there no walk-ons? Because that would be, you know, especially with how easy it is to lose players, to not have a way of replenishing your roster there. That ain't cool. So I saw there was like a 270-pound power rusher here. I have a 289 as well. Okay, I have a lot of large edge rushers. So let's do a little bit of scouting here. 88 strength. Yep, I've seen enough. I'm so brought back to the Buffalo days where, like, I would do partial scouting. I would just constantly say, like, yep, I've seen enough. And I'm back to it again. I've seen enough. Did I get you a scholarship offer? I did. Good. And then at Mike, considering the scouting here to be a little more crucial because, like, speed does matter, and Tyron Flanagan is going to get a scholarship offer as well. All right, guys, 2 games left to go here in Season 1, and then we're on to the off-season. Hope you're enjoying this Stream Dynasty. It's been a while since I've really had, like, a stream series kind of like this. Like, I think back to playing NFL Head Coach 09, which I was doing that like 5-6 years ago. When were those streams, man? All right, 2 games left. The hunt for our win continues. Throw a pass with Troy Evans. It's funny you say that because I actually gave him ratings that make that viable. He's a gadget player. So I let him have a little bit of everything. I can show you his ratings. I think he has like 60-some throw power and accuracies. Did they add international players? I doubt it. I don't think I've looked. Because they do everything by pipeline, and unless Canada was added to, like, Big Sky or something, then I wouldn't think so. I loved looking for the Canadian prospects every year in those old series. Shout out Andrew Ross, the 6'7" linebacker. Now that's a playmaker right there that could help this team. So then, when I have a gadget player, can I just choose to move that guy to quarterback? Because I don't see the gadget here on subs. Keep in mind, I am now attempting to play with Austin Bradley. He fires, diving grabs, Sonny Archer. Do they remove walk-ons? If so, good luck. I mean, that's what we're hearing here is there not those fill-in players? You telling me you can't have a Leon Daniels in this game? Nice cut. Sammy gets 1, maybe. Third and goal for Austin Bradley. Demanding the snap. He'll get it. Fire. Incomplete to the outside for Sonny Archer. Maybe if that's thrown a little bit earlier, we got a better chance. Ooh, red zone alert, guys. Red alert. And sailed for Rashawn Brooks. I do like seeing the QB accuracy continue, like, year over year. It seems to get worse overall, which I like as a way to separate those lower rated quarterbacks. Sammy, I seriously thought about lateraling it there. It took restraint to not lateral it to Everett Whitfield to make myself look ridiculous. That took discipline. Years of experience will do that to you. Touchdown, Sammy Hawthorne. We take the lead. Let's go. Most underrated player in the Bucks series. You know, it's very difficult for me to always be able to recall names from past series when I quickly move on to the next. This is another drive, guys, for us. And Troy Evans makes the catch. Yeah, you're not taking me off the field right now. Oh. All right. I want to get points on this drive, okay? Keep creating some momentum. They back off. Ooh. Troy Evans on the little slot wheel there, maybe? Lofted out there, Austin. Intercepted off the deflection. All right, we're not going to get anything there. Leading for now, and that is going to be tested here on 3rd and 5. Come on, D. Yeah, I should get in a better habit there of checking those protections, especially with some of the ways you can adjust them now. Good D. Cam Davenport with the tackle. I did not think this was going to be a game we would have a good chance of keeping close. But here we are. 3rd and 3. Yeah, I don't know if I trust running here, but I'm going to call this 4-down territory and run it. All right, we got nothing there, so I'm going to have to throw now. Spread out the defense. Try to make a play. Overthrown for Rashawn Brooks. And we turn it over on downs. I haven't really considered the Giants for this year because I did a series with them just a few years ago. Two-minute drill and now a 10-10 game. They have tied it. Holding out for a Zach Bogan head coach appearance as soon as I can be a special teams coordinator or a running backs coach. Ideally, though, Zach Bogan, special teams coordinator. Flag down. Oh, come on. Yeah, for this year, I mean, I've thought about teams recently based off of who I've already used and who kind of fits. Because, like, I had a little stretch where I was picking teams that weren't obvious rebuilds because I'm like, they're going to stink. They're going to be an obvious rebuild team. And, like, I was right about a lot of those options. But, like, this year especially, I feel like there aren't a lot of easy choices or, like, obvious choices. The ones that are there are, like, the Saints, who I just used in a series. The Browns could be an option, but I guess, you know, I've already done a Browns rebuild on the second channel. I'm not doing another one. Like, the teams that feel good for me this year are the Steelers, Jets, and I would probably even consider, up the middle with Sammy Hawthorne, suddenly getting us 22. I think my top 3 right now would have to be Jets, Steelers, Panthers. I'm throwing this one too early consistently. I keep thinking he's going to sit it down a couple yards earlier. I'm trying to time that one up. The Shamar Stewart situation is pretty bizarre. And I truly don't know what's going to end up happening there. Because, like, holdouts, deep holdouts have not really been much of a thing on the last couple CBAs that was, you know, started off in 2011. We haven't seen big-time holdouts like that. And I wonder at what point the Bengals would actually consider trading away his signing rights. So when you get standoffs this time of year, it tends to be around offsets and guaranteed money. Like, the total value of the contract is pretty much already set, but it's kind of more of the in-depth stuff that still has to get sorted out. And usually, I think it ends up going the player's way. Especially since, you know, in theory, the players hold the leverage. Especially in Stewart's case, a broken tackle there, a touchdown, New Mexico State. I mean, consider the Bengals' situation right now with already a problem with Trey Hendrickson and now their rookie. They need these guys. Third down. We'll go to Whitfield here. First down. You can't take me out of the game. See, I wouldn't really consider the Commanders because I think they're too good. There'd be some work to do on the defensive side, but I'm not sure there's enough on the offense. When you have Jaden Daniels, who's probably going to be a superstar in the game. I had Evans, but if I can just get an extra quarter to half second, like, our points per game are going way up. Oh, yeah, I would consider the Colts, too. I would definitely consider the Colts. I forgot they were another AFC team I liked. Dude. Couldn't even get a field goal off there. I'm going to skip our next defense. And it's a two-score game again. Fourth and 12. Oh, the lighting here is kind of cool. That's kind of nice. All right, guys. Fourth down. They're playing pretty soft. We're going for Troy Evans, and he could not reel it in. Cardinals move on from Kyler to spice it up. I think a Cardinals series would be interesting if you went in with the intention of, like, moving on and starting over there. Cardinals, for me, probably not, because there are still, like, I want to get to more teams. And while my last Cardinals series wasn't recently, there are enough options that I haven't done a big series with that I'm going to probably stay there. $26-10. Just one left, guys. A winless season is ahead of us if we can't win the finale. And I'm hoping that we can go through the offseason a little bit quicker. I know, like, my traditional offseason streams on the channel tend to go long. But I am still trying to get us to Season 2 today. I would love if we could play a game even. We'll see. But we're going to add a 3-star defensive tackle here in Chance Coates. We should add another 3-star here pretty soon. And Fresno State, man, that's the matchup for us in the finale. I don't think that's going to be a very easy time. Marquis Twyman should commit here pretty soon. Let me just clean my board up a little. All right. Ah, man. So in the past, it was easy to find a lot of these players who, like, you know, teams aren't looking at, and so you start to look at them. But then, like, Georgia Tech gives an offer to Tyrone Flanagan. Tyree Agnew has an offer now from Kentucky. I'm not going to put the points on Vic Soto, I don't think, quite yet, but I do want him. All right, Kevin Duff. Thank you for expressing interest in our program. I think this is going to be a solid 50. A 50 burger here for Kevin Duff. There is still the chance that we show more interest than other teams, though. Yeah, I'm not going to catch Syracuse there. Rashawn Hawley. What do we got for some speed and coverage ability here? Gem, 82-74. All the way from Athens, Georgia. Send the house. Send the plane. If Kalispell had anything going for them here, it should be their NIL budget, but we need him. And I've still been looking for a running back to impress me, but I guess Ron Spence at 84-88 there for speed acceleration. If no one else is expressing big interest, then yeah, you have definitely earned a scholarship. Since your Dynasty team will be in the Sun Belt, then SEC has to be the option to move up, right? Maybe American if you underperform? Yeah, I'm thinking more of a potential move to the SEC, because in all the series I've done, moving some teams, I have not moved to the SEC before. I put UTSA in the Big 12. I put Kalispell in the Pac-12. Or Pac-12. And I moved Buffalo to the ACC. So the SEC is the last of the Power 4 teams I have to move to. Last year, I picked an offensive-minded head coach in Adam Kane. This year is going to be a defense. And I'll tell you right now, a defensive-minded head coach, given the team I picked, fits really well. In terms of, like, you know, why were you brought here to take on this team? It will make sense from a story standpoint. I did the math IRL. There were 4,000 transfers, but in the game with only 85 spots, you would need to raise the max transfer setting to 25 for accuracy by percentage. Yeah, I'm not sure chasing that like 1-to-1 should be the ultimate goal, especially because you have to factor in not just losing players, but then bringing in new players. That relationship has to work together. All right, Fresno State with a quick hitter. Good blocking. A spin move. We give up so many extra yards. Yeah, is this an 80-degree game? Are we not going to get a Kalispell snow game because of that team builder thing with the stadium location? That stinks because I really wanted to see the snow and the elements. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, definitely do that. And if you're needing to catch up on any of these streams, I know it's hard to watch them all in one go. I will have a playlist. It's in the description right now, right? It should be there. And I'm also going to be adding chapters. So say you got a dip here after the Fresno game. I will have a chapter for you for the offseason, making it easier for you to kind of pick up where you leave off that way. As far as editing these down, I'm not planning on doing that probably until the very end of things, where I would consider, like, combining all the streams, but, like, obviously cutting a lot of stuff out and making it like a full movie. But otherwise, it's going to be a stream series. Third and 5 here, driving. He lofts end zone. Troy Evans off his hands. I trust you to kick it. No, we missed it. What team you thinking for the Dynasty? You know, I said that if we won a game today, I would share the team. I don't think in Season 1 it's happening, guys. I don't think it's going to happen. But maybe I'll deserve the team anyway. If Marcus Calhoun stays and doesn't transfer, I'll give you the team. We're just moving the goalposts. I think we've seen enough from Kalispell in this first season. Let's advance, everybody. The season's done. We go 0-12. We had some chances. We missed them. This is a very difficult team to use. Who has been the best receiver for the offense this season? I think Troy Evans has led most of the year. We're going to check our stats now, and yep, only up from here, guys. Right? Unless we lose a bunch in the transfer and don't get anybody and we're sending out an intramural team, then it could get worse, I'll admit. Commitment, Marquis Twyman. All right, so here are the final stats on the year for Season 1. Marquise Walker started most of the games. He ended up throwing 1,917 yards, 11 touchdowns to 16 picks. Overall, he was better than Austin Bradley. On the ground, Eddie Benson leads the team with 301 rushing yards, 3 yards per carry. We ran for 3 touchdowns the entire season. Sammy Hawthorne had 2.9. Rashawn Brooks, 60 catches, 702 yards, 2 scores. Troy Evans, 589 and 4 touchdowns. Sonny Archer, 491, 3 scores. So, I do like the playmakers, but you can tell we're still very, very limited. I think the offensive line is a huge part of that. Wow. Stuart Andrews gave up 20 sacks this season. He's the worst lineman here. He's supposed to be one of the better guys, but look at his ratings. He's a terrible pass protector. He's all run. Now, I guess you don't want to move guys' positions in this game because of the skill cap issue, but he might be a guard. I might play him at guard next year. Sack leader, Lorenzo Easley and Brock Schultz with 2. We had 6 sacks this year as a defense. Is that real? Last in yards per game. Last in points scored. We gave up 367 points, around the most, with 6 sacks. How did Temple have 2? I think the simulation logic there is definitely a little bit off on the low end. Third downs, 27% conversion rate this year. 51 for 186. So yeah, if you want to download Kalispell and do this yourself, look it up. You try to rebuild this team or try to play with them for a year. All right, guys, we are moving on to the off season soon. We got some recruiting to take care of as we wrap up the year. Rashawn Holly, please consider the Warhawks. But I'm very happy to be getting, 4 3-stars thus far. We didn't really talk about how many seniors we had, but it's not really many starters. So, where does it keep track of that? Team needs. This team has 21 seniors, but many of them are on the bottom of the roster. So, it's not a huge problem. And maybe here at the end, at some point, I just have to throw out scholarship offers because we have to fill in so many spots on the roster. I guess I'll know better when we see how many we lose to the portal. Ron Spence, there we go. That's good. That's a lot of progress there on 15. We're going to bump him up. I think we're going to lose Agnew, so I'm just going to take my points back here. And we're in first place here for Kevin Duff. Man, now there's other teams getting into this battle. Let's get Vaughn Soto up there. Let me look at a safety here. Avery Baker. Yeah, probably going to be good enough. So let's go 30 there. Middlebrooks is interested if you go to the prospect list. 2-star, Shaquem Middlebrooks at quarterback. We also have a we have a quarterback here who has us number 1 that we haven't scouted yet, Avery Dicker. So we still got some guys in first that we can continue to look into at least. Not going to scout too many more running backs, I don't think. I'll definitely scout a tight end. I feel like they're not popping up all that often. How many people do you think will transfer? I have no idea. I think play style could be a huge problem, though, because we're probably going to grade poorly at almost every play style. '82 speed. Congratulations on Thad Sandy. If you commit to Kalispell, we will let you do whatever you want and play. You can call plays. I don't care. All right, so we're going to get offensive line. We cannot run for like 400 yards again next year. And then, yeah, this quarterback one for tactician could also end up being important. But let's go D-line, because we need to get better in the trenches on both sides. Thad will only join if you tell chat the team. You guys are going to turn this on me now. Our running back room could end up being a huge problem too. I mean, the list of problems is extensive. All right. Rashawn Holly, that's our number 1 target right now. Probably not going to be able to hard sell there. You know, I think this is a losing battle here for David Ekajuba. I'm going to have to see these other quarterbacks and if they're a better fit, because we don't even fit his pitches, which is, you know, part of why some of these battles might not be going well. So I don't think proximity to home is really going to help us out too much. But Avery Dicker is looking for playing time. 88 throw power. Yeah. And then, please, yes. I need to get more points here on Thad Sandy. This team needs a more dynamic threat in the middle of the field. I really think a player like Thad Sandy would be a huge help going into Season 2. And then, you know what? If you're a 3-star with us in first, I'm probably going to offer. All right, Lats goes out. I'm not going to beat Washington there, so we're going to go and flip our focus to Avery Baker. I already have 30 there. We have A+ playing style. Don't know what that really means because our play style is pretty terrible. All right, these are all the players we're in the top 5 for. All right, were there any others that I missed? Let me search. 3-star minimum. Interest top. Got a lot of receivers. I feel like to be really interested in these receivers, I'd have to do a little bit of scouting. But maybe I'm going to put the 2 route artists on our board. I'm moving on past receivers. I do want to do a little bit of scouting on the wideouts, though. How good are your routes? 78 short. I have seen enough. $79 medium, 80 deep, 85 speed. I'm trying to wonder, like, is that okay speed for this game? The acceleration ain't great. Maybe I hadn't seen enough. Bust. Not going to develop much. Yeah, maybe Tam's a little more interesting then. Oh, and 12 though. Please tell me that's our last scouting of the season. I want to get to the off season. Thank you. Manage staff. You can fire and extend them. I'm going to fire our DC. Goodbye, Matt Quinn. Now, available next week for hiring. I'm keeping Freddie Wynn because he has Elite Recruiter, which is actually helping us with getting some more efficient scouting on the offensive side. So, until that gets a little bit better, I'm okay having Freddie Wynn. Fire both? You think I should fire both? Those recruiter upgrades help. You have to admit, they help right now. All right, you guys are saying to fire both. I will fire both if you leave a like on the stream. There'll be better? All right, you guys better be right. Because I did like that recruiting boost. Jeremiah Smith wins the Heisman. Landon Bray, returner of the year. We won kick returner of the year? Really? All right. Can we do better at OC? So I know for sure I'm interested in still having an elite recruiter or some things unlocked in there. So I can't get in to see his actual abilities, right? I think he goes further than the others. Joe Moorhead. 1,500 bonus XP for each prospect visiting with a win. Well, I think he's the best option. We're going to make an offer. I guess he still has to take it. He has a head coach offer from Delaware, though. Or, yeah. Because I replaced Utah State. All right, then the DC. All right, what do we got here? This is going to be Tactician. Motivator and Architect. All Tactician. Mostly Tacticians here. And then a lot of Tidewater pipelines. What states are that? Because we have Pacific Northwest here. That's more so in our wheelhouse. I think I'm going to offer to Eric Jones, Pacific Northwest. We'll see if those work. Okay, DMV area. Got it. What are Remy Jean-Charles' job offers? I wonder. Head coach at Troy. Really? I wasn't expecting any head coach opportunities. F Prestige is bad? Well, those are the choices I got. Are you saying I would have had maybe better ones the following week? I could have checked our dev traits there on early National Signing Day. Just hopped on. Appreciate all the content. Feel like both channels are in really good spots. Been watching for over 10 years, and the content keeps getting better. Thank you. Thank you for that super chat. And I do feel the content's in a pretty good spot right now. Eric Jones is our new defensive coordinator. There we go. Very interested, though, in what our boosts are going to be. Oh, did you see that? We got rejected by the OC. Northern California would be an awesome pipeline, but, like, why would he want to come be our OC if he's the head coach? Southern Cal? Talent developer is his focus. Why not? I might as well make an offer. Probably going to lose. But maybe he feels like he's on his way out and he's like, all right, I got to look for an OC job this year. How did Stanford even do? Yeah! Okay. We can't pay, you know, as much as Stanford did. We're not going to win as many games. How did Stanford do? Can we talk ourselves into it making sense that he would have been fired? Stanford this season was 2-10. 2-10. All right. So he wanted to leave before they could fire him. Okay? Getting ahead of things. 2-10. He was indeed fired. Because I'm hoping he wasn't like their coach and just moved over. Okay, he probably was fired. Here, can I have a list? Staff moves. Am I in the wrong spot? All right. Our previous coaches were fired from their previous jobs. So now, what do we have access to? Did Dabo go to Bama? That's awesome. That's perfect. So what do we have access to in Recruiter here? Nothing. Nothing. So what are we getting now from our new OC? Wait. Why are they showing Freddie Wynn? Maybe I'll have to sim and see these abilities. Mike Gundy went to Stanford. So Dabo goes from Clemson to Alabama, which, by the way, he has Alabama ties, correct? Because I know that's been talked about before as a possibility. Lane Kiffin replaced him at Clemson. Lincoln Riley goes back to Oklahoma. That's crazy. Greg Schiano to UCLA. Yep, Mike Gundy from Oklahoma State to Stanford because he got fired. Matt Rule to Cincinnati. All right. That's pretty funny there. They got us dead last in brand exposure. Are you kidding me? At least we have a couple YouTube series. It's got to count for something. Can you get promoted from head coach or to head coach from coordinator? I don't think so on the same team. Can you check on Bill Belichick? Let's see how UNC did this year. Oh, Bill isn't in this game either? Come on, Bill. Just be in the game. All right, champions of the year, guys. Texas Tech take it home, it looks like. Texas Tech over Penn State. Here's the team that got it done. Will we ever get to that spot? We'll find out. Let's move on and see who ends up leaving Kalispell. So, I don't know if I need the disclaimer for this series, but, you know, I tend to not convince players to stay who go in the first 3 rounds of the draft. All right. Players leaving. Who's staying? Who's going? That's a lot of transfers. Eddie Benson, Brock Schultz, Joey Kenton. Austin Bradley wants to transfer. Kenny Barrett, Darren Thompson. Wayne McLeod. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 players are trying to leave. I will try to convince Austin Bradley to stay. He's staying! Okay, I'll come back. And Marcus Calhoun is, he's staying. So y'all want to know the team I'll be taking over in my next dynasty, huh? I suppose. Let me see if I have a screenshot or anything here on my PlayStation quick, and I can maybe show you that way. All right, you've been wondering. The team I'll be selecting for my main dynasty, I'm looking to start this Sunday. Well, everybody, I think I'm ready to let you know who that's going to be. Just 1 second. I'm loading a video here, if you don't mind. Here we go. That team will be here in College Football 26, Arkansas State, the Red Wolves, representing the Sun Belt Conference. That's going to be my team. I've been thinking about this team for a while, and it came down to 2 really good options in the Sun Belt. But ultimately, they win out. The Red Wolves are cool, and I'm excited to get started with them. I was looking into them and learning more about them last night, and it felt so right to be taking a defensive coach there, considering they were one of the worst defenses in all of college football last season. They rank in the bottom like 10 or 20 in most categories. Thank you, Ian, for the super chat. They went like 8-5 last year and had a negative point differential by a lot. They gave up like 33 points a game while scoring 26 points per game. They had gotten blown out like 3 different times really badly. And they have a very super fragile build on offense. You know, I'll talk about them more when that series actually gets going, but it will be Arkansas State. Their defense is so bad, though. The entire secondary is like 75 and under. It's the worst secondary maybe in the one, maybe the worst in the game. It's very close to Kalispell's. All right, who do we try to convince to stay? Kenny Barrett, Darren Thompson. Are we trying to keep around a specific position? They have running backs, Dizo. They have 2 good running backs and a really good receiver who's a senior. Let's convince Eddie Benson it did not work. So we're going to lose, 19 players to the portal on top of the graduates, of which there was only like 1 starter, Blaine Barnett. My alma mater played center from 17 to 2020 there. Still have a block from the stadium. Don't forget about the waterfalls. Well, I'm glad to have everybody on board. That's awesome. You actually played center for them? You know, I want to talk about this in my next, in my first video. Do you guys want to know? I'm going to list every player Arkansas State has sent to the NFL draft in the last 10 years. Ready? There ain't one. Arkansas State hasn't had a player drafted since 2014. They've never had a first-round pick. You didn't start? You still made the team. You're still on the team. J.D. McKissick is a Arkansas State alum, yes. Demario Davis. He drafted was he drafted? I forget how Demario Davis entered because it was so long ago. He's probably one of their best all-time NFL players. Demario Davis, 36 years old, third rounder, 2012. All right, guys. Exciting times. Very exciting. All I know is David Johnson. Yeah, there was a tight end named David Johnson. I wasn't too familiar with him. He was drafted by the Steelers. My GOAT strikes again. I'm excited to get it going with them. I love the stadium I thought looked cool. The uniforms are nice. You can mix and match the set really well. The red, black, and white is like a Mean Machine kind of look. I like a lot. How close were you to picking the other option? Extremely. It came down to Arkansas State and Troy. Two teams from the Sun Belt. But Arkansas State was just a little bit more intriguing for me. And their odds of winning the Sun Belt this year are among the lowest in the conference. Troy's are more middle of the pack. Anybody get drafted? No. No one got drafted from Kalispell this year. But it's time for us to hit the portal. Into the transfer portal, everybody. Where we're hoping we can come away with some more players. I'm going to be taking some off the board to make room. I have 450 hours, and I'm not afraid to use them. Dom Rabe. I don't know if we're going to be good there. Ron Spence. Vaughn Soto. I don't know if I'm as interested now in Miles Moon. Yeah, 80 speed, 81 acceleration. That's some quicksand movement right there. Can't do it. First place here. Come on, man. UCF, what are you doing? Where's that tight end? Where's that tight end at? No. No one offer to him, please. It's easier to offer a scholarship here to Rodney Ballage in case it doesn't work out than to scout him and do it later. I need the points. Please, just pick us anyway. All right, guys, transfer portal. Who wants to come to Kalispell? A bunch of 2-stars? How many 5-stars want to come to Kalispell? None. 4s? Ooh. 0. 3s? Any 3s? Oh, no. I'm like locked out of every 3-star in the portal. I can't scroll through this entire list either. It's like 4,000 people. Who wants to talk to some 2-stars? Do they develop this year coming to your team? Do they develop this year? Yes, they do. Okay, okay. 2 stars it is then. And I think we're going to have to be really smart here about making sure we have enough players on our roster at certain positions. So let me check our depth chart. What looks obviously thin? We have 4 quarterbacks and 5 running backs still. So Sammy, Albert Green, we should be able to add somebody. Receiver, we didn't lose Brooks or Evans. We got Everett Whitfield, and hopefully we had a tight end. At least our depth, like, there's not a position with, like, one player that we're seeing. A linebacker would be a really good one. An offensive line. Because, like, the way they can bounce outside against us, we need more speed to defend against that. So I think the portal's a good opportunity for us to maybe get some 2-star players who are at least more athletic than the players that we currently have. So Anthony Crenshaw, we're going to put him on the board. Going to go with DeMarco Ward here. He has a little more size than the other linebackers there. And yeah, a right tackle. We can look there. Some positions are still pretty much all locked out for us, though. How about running backs? Darius McIver. He's just looking for playing time, man. And Bismarck, North Dakota. We're about as close as an FBS team gets to Bismarck. Not going to be changing quarterbacks this year. How about in the secondary? Ooh, I got some options. All right, let's see what we got. Was I under-recommended? Let me just make sure I didn't miss anybody. I thought I was under star. Oh, I had filtered. Or I was doing that for the other part. 3 stars. What's wrong here on the filters? I'm just going to back out. I think I screwed something up. I want to make sure I'm not missing any possibilities. I don't think any 3s are going to work there. I think we're going to start there. Should I just offer or do a little bit of scouting? Try freshman 3 stars. Well, I didn't see any 3s as having interest in us. I can't filter by that. They meant high school, not transfer. Oh, yeah, I can throw some more 3s on the board. That's not really a huge problem here. But offering to as many 3s as we can get will kind of be our last little move here. So I want, like, any interest, but can I get, like, no offers? I guess we can set the recruiting stage to open. Go to offer and hit sort. Okay, perfect. This is a JUCO player. I'm hoping I can figure out tight ends still. Eric Gillette, Martin Cash. Those are 2s. Can I sort by 3s? Oh, I appreciate the super chats there, Sliding Catch. You started your own UTEP series. Yeah, best of luck to you. Hope you have a good time with it. Enjoy the process. All right, give me the 3-star. There aren't any 3-star tackles available that are open. Offensive linemen are just not available in most cases. Can receivers be running back? Yeah, in general, yes, but changing positions in this game has shown to not be a good idea currently until it gets patched because there's an issue with moving players. "39th at the position here, Dave Dubose. Let's see what we can do with what we have on the board currently. So, beginning with guys like Rashawn Holly, obviously going to be one of my top targets here. And we fit his pitches too really well. So, let me move my camera again. Rashawn Holly is one of our must-have players here. And thankfully, we were the only offer at this point. Really hoping no one else gets into this. But we should actually be able to hard sell him and have that work out really well. Potentially soft sell, but I don't want to get too cute. Yeah, we're like the perfect fit. I don't know how Pro Potential is any good, but it is. Dom Rabe, don't expect to win that one. Ron Spence is also someone I really want to get. I feel like 84 speed, 88 acceleration is actually like really good for what we're trying to get into. We did not land the 4-star receiver. No, he ended up choosing Minnesota. So I will do a little bit of scouting on some of these, like offensive linemen, run block power being that low. Do we really think it could work here? Kenyon Clark. Yeah, I don't know on these 2s what the strategy should be. I haven't really been looking at 2 stars in the transfer portal ever. So I guess we can just mass offer in most cases. And see the ratings later. I did not get Vilma, no. We ended up getting beat out by Minnesota. So we have plenty of points to throw out offers and then maybe do like 10, 15, 25 on some. I might even just offer to Middlebrooks here, and, you know, if players aren't good, we can worry about cutting them down the road, but let's try to have a bit of a full roster if we can. Dubose here's a 3-star. I'll go a little bit heavier. But maybe I can do like 25s across the board on players I still want. I can still afford a few more. We'll switch these ones. I also have visits I could line up too. I guess that's another thing I should save for some of these guys. So my top target right now is going to be my linebacker here, Rashawn Holly. I think we line up 40 points. I might not need it. I'm hoping I don't need it. I wanted to see too. Do they ever get... What's my edge situation looking like? It looks terrible. All right, let me go to the portal and see if there's like a 2-star edge I can put in there. Or even if, is there somehow a 3-star edge that doesn't have an offer yet? That's a high school player. I do off-season visits just as a way to like get a little bit of an edge when I have players who have complimentary bonuses there. All right, 3-star edge. Of the players with no offers, I'm probably mostly locked out. Yeah, Iowa's winning that battle. All right. I don't believe off-season visits do anything unless they are complimentary. There. He's from Utah. He's from our neck of the woods. Got a couple edge rushers there on the board. You guys want to come to Kalispell? You ever heard of it? I meant to hit scholarship, not scout. We just need players. Been watching since I was in middle school, and I'm about to get married on Friday. Thanks for being such a big part of my life. Thank you, Henry, for the super chat, and congratulations to you. And man, what a long journey. We still got some series in us, right, guys? Still got plenty to go. But big congrats to you. Hope you have a nice summer wedding. Just spreading out more points here as we figure out the plan. And yeah, let's get Jose Tam an offer. I got 5 left. And let's go with the offensive lineman. Wish me luck, guys. Got a good crowd in this stream as well. I'm glad that so many seem to be enjoying this. I know it's way different. Hey, we're at 59 now. We're getting better. All right. Rashawn Holly still has us number 1. We have 85 points here we can just use to add on for majority of these players. Leo Barlow. First. All right, so some of these are a little bit of a battle. That's where we can up some of our points. Darius McIver, we're going to bump him up to 35. We're going to bump up to Marco Ward. The fun part, too, is going to see, like, okay, do some of these guys actually develop well? Like, if we think about past dynasties and the way some players have gotten this crazy development, like, out of nowhere, in our situation, maybe just, like, getting a bunch of transfer guys in, maybe 1 or 2 take a big leap, and that's good. If they're actually developing now, maybe that's just a big thing you do in this situation. Some get better, some don't. And with where we are as a school, 2 stars can certainly make a difference. Quarterback has not changed. We're going to go into the season likely with Marquise Walker again. We haven't really added anybody yet. We still could, but I'm going to battle here. This is the issue. I might put my rest of my points here on Avery Dicker. 3-star dual threat quarterback, but I think UCF is probably going to beat us there. Started my Kent State Dynasty and Julian Edelman as my head coach. I love that. Could have also had James Harrison as your DC. And that's probably all the NFL players from Kent State I can name, unfortunately. All right. Looking to see if any of these flipped. Oh, we're still in first there, and UCF hasn't actually offered. They're not showing real interest. Crenshaw battle's getting kind of intense there. Kenyon Clark, I want the offensive lineman. So we're going to have to drop some points on a few of these guys. Because if he develops well, he could be our starting right tackle. Who knows? For Rodney Ballage, I'm going to stick with my 25. Yeah, are there any other offensive linemen that we could just offer to? Morgan Scott. There we go. Not missing much. Demarius Blake. (2025) is year of the offensive lineman, guys. All right. More offers going out. Desperate. Because we lost quite a few players. I'd certainly like, 30 plus to be joining the team this year. And they're all going to go down to the wire. Oh, I didn't realize that Gooden only had one offer. What team is that? I don't recognize that logo. Is that Missouri State? One of the new teams in the game this year. Any other teams that are talked about to be moving up to the FBS level? Oh, was that Mississippi State? Missouri State is a bear. Yeah, I thought their logo was a bear, but I also thought that the color matched their uniforms there. But I guess Mississippi State's got that similar. Sac State is the only one that's close. North Dakota State, maybe. Seeing NDSU move up would be really interesting. All right, where's that outside backer? Maybe probably lose. He's a junior, too, going into his senior year. We're going to back out of this battle. And instead, I'm going to spread my points around, and I'm probably just going to offer a few more scholarships. Any tight ends I could offer to? I want no offers. And let's see. 128, 123, 121. So if I scroll here, I think the zeros closer to the bottom end up being the higher rated players. Higher graded. Give me a DT. No zeros here. So we're probably not getting a defensive tackle. I've looked a lot at linebacker. How about corner? I got some options here. All right, I'm at 35 targets now. And then any of these battles getting a little too close for comfort. I want to definitely go 50 on Kenyon Clark. He's a transfer freshman. So's the running back. I think we're going to be in pretty good shape, though, for this class, honestly. I feel good. I got 10 remaining. I'll put him here. Yeah, can the CPU pull their scholarship? Because I swear on some of these, like, I didn't like where we were, and then I'm checking them later, and there is no scholarship. Are they actually pulling them, or am I just missing it? They do? That's good to know. Also makes me question my sanity when I think I remember something differently. All right, guys, a lot of handshakes coming up here. Jamian Ulverson, come on down to Kalispell and bring Ralph McRae with you. Rashawn Holly, not 4-star, 3-star gem though. You know who else was a 3-star gem? Jimmy Sampson. Some of these 3 stars, man, in college football 25 were the players you were waiting for all along. So we're adding a whole bunch. Thad Sandy, let's go. Thad Sandy, probably a starter right away. Got a new kicker. Justice Takeoff. I didn't really want him that much anymore. But let's go. Yeah, we'll have to see where like Eddie Benson went and what happened. Avery Dicker, we got a 3-star quarterback this year, guys. Rodney Balaj. Jose Tam, that was another one I wanted to see. I don't think we're gonna really lose anything, because most of these were one-sided battles. But how much will the starting lineup actually change going into the new season? That's what I'm like excited to see. We're up to a 61 overall, from 54 to 61. Top classes, all right. No, we're not that high. I'm going to say, my guess is we rank something like 75 because of our volume. When you're good, you're good. 24 players. 18 threes, 6 twos. I'll take that. Now, did I get any good devs? Is this a stage where they show devs or no? They do. All right. Impact on Ralph McRae. That's a win. Impact on Rashawn Holly. That's a win. Impact on Kevin Duff. That's a win. Normal Avery Baker. Impact Ron Spence. Impact Thad Sandy. Normal Vaughn Soto. Normal Justice Takeoff. Normal Jalen Willingham. Normal. Star Ben Portilla at cornerback. That's something. Normal on Shaquem Middlebrooks and normal on Avery Dicker. So our quarterbacks we added just have normal. Star on tight end Rodney Balaj. Normal on Nick Whiteheart. Normal Jose Tam. Normal DeMarco Ward. And we're getting into more of the transfer portal players here. Dave Dubose is high school, though. Impact linebacker. Now, when it comes to athletes, I was just asked about what position McRae is going to play. Is it safe to, like, choose their position on the first go? Or do I have to just let the game assign them? Because, I mean, looking at his ratings, he's a defensive lineman. It's not safe. Let the CPU auto-assign. Got it. Thank you. But looking at his ratings, I mean, he's an edge rusher. He has 62 block sheds, so you don't like him as much inside. But he can rush with power and finesse. I'm excited to see, like, this is probably going to be a class where a lot of guys play early. Position changes. I'm not meant to do anything here. Do we just skip and move on? I'll click in it. Skip. So to not screw up skill caps, we are moving forward. Do not touch. I wish I would have checked where Eddie Benson went. But to be fair, no one who left is going to see the field. All right, training results. How much better did this team get? Marcus Calhoun is a 77. Oh, he has 52 there's so many skill points here. They have to be assigned. So let's, I guess we don't get the reveal. We just see the points. Marcus Calhoun has 52. I think I can do quite a bit with that. Coverage. Yeah, I set it to manual to like experiment with that today. This is going to be big time development for Marcus Calhoun. 87 speed, 88 acceleration. Oh yeah, I got abilities I can level up too, but let me get to 80 zone coverage and feel good about that. Marcus Calhoun leading the way. Not really ready to move up the ones I'd want to do. I'd like to get hammer. But that'd be 12 points to upgrade that one. And yeah, I don't know if, people want to see me have manual on for this kind of thing, but, this is my experimental dynasty, and we get Marcus Calhoun up to an 84 overall. Big time boost for him. You guys want to see auto? If I just hit auto progress there and let it ride? Manual is super OP and takes a long time. That's true. All right, so we're going to... Can I auto-progress everybody from here? Okay. Let's do it. Shoot, I don't care, man. It's your dynasty. I'm just here to watch. Thank you, Alexander. Here's the development. Man, Sonny Archer off to the races, up to 75. But Norris Medlock to an 80. Rashawn Brooks to a 77. So last year we had 5 players in the 70s. We are already so much better than that. Ooh, Austin Bradley took a leap, plus 7. Marquise Walker, plus 4. At running back, Sammy Hawthorne up to a 70. Darius McIver, a little bit faster with better acceleration. More size, too. Does McIver have good strength? It's 64. At receiver, Brooks, Evans, Sonny Archer. Plus 6 speed for Sonny Archer. Now, keep in mind, I gave him star dev because back in the old Kalispell Dynasty, I thought he became a really good player. Maybe you could have said impact was more fitting. But I only gave Marcus Calhoun elite. I only gave star to a couple players. And then there were a few impacts like Troy Evans and Rashawn Brooks. Let's see. How's the offensive line looking? Antoine Coe, 74. Ooh, Norris Medlock plus 7. Stuart Andrews to 72. TJ Strong has impact. He's now a 77 overall. Zach Flowers, he was really good eventually in this series. He eventually got there. That's why he has star dev. Low starting overall, but he developed great in that first dynasty. Yeah, we got to see the freshmen, too, because I imagine a lot of freshmen could play. Cam Davenport, plus 4 speed. That's huge. Fastest player on the team, probably. sick, man. I can't wait to play with a slightly better version of this team. We might have a little bit more of a fighting chance at getting some wins. All right, encouraging transfers, and yeah, our roster only has 72 players, so we're not going to kick anybody out. I got some coach skills to spend here, too. Yeah, let's get some quarterback boost there. And then we're going to do D-line, save the rest. Now, for custom conferences, do we care for this series? You know, it's more of a rebuild, fast-paced deal. Should we just let my main dynasty worry about custom conferences rather than go through all the checking and redoing of it here? Skip. Yeah, I wanted to see if we got any recruiting help from our coordinators. And we do have a little bit from our OC on quarterbacks, receivers, and linemen. So not so much on the running backs. Put Kalispell in the SEC. No. Boost to pipeline bonus for quarterbacks. Starting quarterbacks will gain XP faster. So talent developer, definitely a very good one here to have. And then our DC is a motivator. Helps out our linebackers quite a bit, which is great for Marcus Calhoun. Oh, this is fun, guys. I'm having a really good time here at the stream today. We're getting close to Season 2 starting. We're getting close. 67 overall. We've suddenly taken quite a leap in that first year. All right, so we got Boise State this year, Hawaii, Wyoming in the middle of the season. Where are we going to open and try to get our first win? Who do we play? I'm not going to play an FCS team. It has to be FBS. Who should we play to try to get that first win? Give me 1-star teams. Georgia State, Arkansas, Purdue, App State. Let App State come out. ULM would be a cool one, too. I didn't play them in year one. ULM, Warhawk Bowl. Too perfect. And they're a 0-star. We're half a star. We're officially 0-star in this one now. I will play a good team as like a benchmark game. Last year we played Texas. It went about how you'd think a game against Texas would go. Let's play at Delaware. I have not gotten to play against them before. I'll play the Gators. I ain't afraid of no swamp. And you know what? I'm putting Minnesota on the schedule this year. So 1 home, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 1 more home. Delaware, y'all are coming here. All right, guys, let's set up our recruiting board and get on to the new season then. All right, fresh start. This season, we have 8 seniors. So the hard part is just predicting how much you lose in the portal. Like, what's the base number of players to go for? Probably still like 15, 20. Well, you know what? We never checked our last freshman. Before we move on to the new class, let's talk about who's now on this team. The new freshmen, the new skill caps. Let's talk about them. So the new quarterback here, Avery Dicker, is a 69. Probably not going to play here season 1. Yeah, that deep accuracy is at 67. Give him some time. Red shirt. You got Marquise Walker who can come back and start. Ron Spence, though, as a freshman. We don't really have a power back, so I feel like there's a lot of overlap with his skill set, along with Hawthorne and McIver, which, by the way, McIver has skill points to spend. All right, we just had to auto-progress everybody again. In that case, McIver just became our highest-rated running back. And I think it's going to be him and Sammy getting a lot of the carries this season. And then at receiver, well, I might as well check out caps too. Ron Spence. Not going to get much faster than this. I'm not sure these caps are great. He'll get better as a receiver. But what about McIver? Normal dev? He's not yet found his ceiling. He's still got some space. 83. No. Six. At receiver, Brooks, Evans, Archer, but then Justice Takeoff actually has the best overall. We do not have a lot of speed depth. I think adding a speed receiver would be essential. I'm excited about the tight ends, though. Wow, we added 2 freshmen that look intriguing here. Now, here is 2-star junior Jaricus Hairston, if I'm saying that correctly. He's maxed out for the most part, but he is ready to make an impact, and I think we're going to give him a tight end number. Oh, I can't because he's an NIL player. My bad. If he actually wears 13, that's fine, but I didn't want like players coming here and randomly being assigned numbers that didn't make any sense. But I did add Thad Sandy. He is not nearly as athletic as Hairston. His acceleration and agility are worse. His change of direction is only a 64, whereas Hairston has an 86. So huge difference there. Coach Prestige deal breaker. I don't know if Thad Sandy is going to be long for Kalispell. We're going to have a good season for that to happen. But Rodney Balaj had star dev. This is the other tight end I added. Play style is his deal breaker. And he's got a big time ceiling. So we really need him to develop. And his speed is only a 71. So we'll see how good he truly ends up being. I think Hairston then ends up being a very important player to the offense this season. We could use some more guard depth. More offensive line depth in general. You never have enough. At least we don't have too many seniors there. And then we're looking for some edge rush production. Roman K. Wood's a new player with decent finesse, but rating still under Lorenzo Easley. Kevin Duff was a new addition. I think his caps are pretty decent, but he's a 67, so we'll see how high the ceiling ends up getting. Chance Coates, normal dev, not expecting anything crazy here. Powers maxed. Can get a little bit better, though, and probably starting caliber. Do I have another edge to check? Bob Moffitt, impact. But not much of a pass rusher right now. He's strong and can stop the run. We also have Ralph McCray, impact. 3-star. A high ceiling on power move with 77 finesse moves, so those caps feel all right too. How close are we to that first win? I really feel good about the season opener. I want to get to the season opener badly. Let's see Rashawn Holly. I was really excited about him. Playtime is his deal breaker. So in this game then, do you play a guy like that early on to satisfy the deal breaker? Because I could see Holly being a top 3 to 5 linebacker on this team, especially in terms of ceiling. For playing time, yes. Might have to pay more attention to the deal breakers in this game, which I'm all for. Ben Portilla, one of our best gets in the offseason. Star dev. Work in progress, but unlimited caps and coverage. He might actually be really good. TJ Garner. Let's see. Any other intriguing players? How about, Vaughn Soto's our best kicker. I think we play him. Vaughn Soto. I love it. All right, guys, welcome to the new class then. Here's our school in 2026. Thankfully, conference prestige is a C+. Everything else needs work. 375 hours now. All right. Who has interest in Kalispell? No 5s. No 4s. But again, I will target some 4s that are in our pipelines. Unfortunately, there is no 4 or 5-star player in the Big Sky pipeline this year. But for 3s, there has to be somebody. No one? Really? There are some 2s. Nobody that's a 3-star or above has day 1 interest. So, as a little stretch goal, you know, we will put in one of these. You have any small schools in your top 5? I mean, they're 4 stars. That's not how it works, so. I'll put J.D. Kalu there. He's a speedster. I want a speed receiver. Jamie East from Seattle, Washington. Maybe I'll put a few 4s and just make them say no. But otherwise, I think we keep building up offensive line depth. And I want to get faster at receiver. And I think we should find a quarterback. I think we should find a developmental quarterback. You know, we added a couple this year that don't have high dev. So let's keep looking. I'm going to put the 2 pipeline 3 stars here. We're going to focus heavily on the pipeline players. And now as we get into the 3 stars, we have some like Big Sky players. Any speedsters? That seems to be a pretty rare archetype. St. Paul, Minnesota. Bring him in. How are you a 205-pound blocking tight end? I don't trust that. Jamie East, the north-south runner. See, that's the kind of stuff I like there, Trey. That's my kind of humor. He wanted J.D. Kalu, but didn't have J.D. Kalu points. Thank you for the super chat. I'm not sure I'm fully understanding this comment. 2-star, 81 speed Coles manager. Wasn't Kalu higher? Kalu's a 4. It's a meme? I must not be well versed. I'm sorry. All right, we're going to get some 3-star. Do we have any pipeline line? None? Are you kidding me? If anybody's going to make it out of Montana playing football, it's got to be on the offensive line. Where are they? Yeah, I think that the J.D. Kalu is a long shot. But we got to take some chances. I wish I'd understood your comment the first time. I'm sorry. I think you made someone in the chat laugh, though, so that's got to count for something. Got 12 targets so far. Don't we have access to a new pipeline because our coach had Northern or Southern California? One of our new coordinators. Scouting a lot of big boys here. And I'm paying attention, too, to the deal breakers. Like conference prestige. That ain't going to change for us. Playing time. It's, complicated. Proximity to home is not going to change. And yeah, continue to look at defensive linemen as well. I feel like these are the shortest routes to making your team better. Looking for the best defensive players in our pipelines. Yeah, I'll be timestamping this, Mike, so if you got to catch up on anything, I might not timestamp it immediately, but I'll get it timestamped by the end of the night. Because, boys, it is pizza night. As soon as I'm out of here, it's going to be pizza o'clock. I can't wait. The position change bug, I'm just not going to, change positions is all. Like, I'm aware of the bug, but I'm not going to do anything that... I'm just not going to interact with it, basically. What toppings? Pepperoni and green peppers. That's my go-to. Sometimes bacon in there, too. Let's see. J.D. Kalu. Come on down. I'll throw scholarships at the 4s. Should I just give out scholarships to everybody here right away? Pretty much. Because in most cases still, like, these 3s are going to be plenty good enough. Not really into jalapenos on pizza. I like jalapenos, but not on pizza. Ricotta, sopressata, and hot honey. Yeah, are you guys hot honey guys? Because, I don't know. I don't even like regular honey, to be honest. When my throat was really bothering me, I would, like, have a tablespoon of it, and I could not stand it. I don't like honey, let alone hot honey. But the thing is I love honey barbecue, so make it make sense. I can't stand honey. I am good for the bees' longevity, because I'm not really interrupting their business. Hot honey is an S-tier wing flavor. See, I like garlic parm and barbecue. You got to put honey on a biscuit. You know, I've certainly had that. I'm sure like a lot of places just throw it on there by default, but the honey flavor, I can't get behind it. Just give me some butter. I don't need to get fancy. Just give me some of that good butter. So then, what should I do with the rest of these points? I've already offered scholarships. I guess now the goal is to prioritize and see who gets the big points during the season. So, why don't I rank by national rank and start doing a little bit of scouting? The food talk shows up usually about hour 2, hour 3 every stream. All right, a pass blocking focus center. I'm okay with that. I am interested. And as a matter of fact, favoriting Richard Strong. I want a center's last name to be Strong. I don't know about you. '88 strength, 77 power move, 80 hit power. So far, so good. All right, he looks solid. Maybe not stand out. Agile archetype here. Marvin Swope. 59 awareness. Probably like Flood a little bit more than him. Yeah, good to know the quarterbacks too. You know, the ratings there are more important than many other positions. Knowing if they're a gem or not. I'd love to get a gem. I can't do 77 throw power. I'm sorry, Bryce. '76 power, 83 strength. Where are they hiding the gems this year? Yeah, I think that running back is another really important one too. And receiver, when you're looking for a specific skill set like I am, like a 3-star speedster, how fast does that really end up being? Because I want some speed on this team. We'll have to wait to find out more info. I can give out one more scholarship, so I will. Give me a 3-star that I don't have on the board. There we go. Highest ranked. Finau Afamasaga. Speedster, 73 cap. Don't. Not a 3-star. 96 is the highest I've seen from a receiver recruit. I could see the 4-star JD there being that. We got some recruiting to do in week 0 at least. I'm already locked out. We just got to know his name. One of my favorites already locked us out. And just like that, the board begins to shrink again as I have 300 hours to spend. All right, Miles Cherry. We are looking for 90 plus. 88. Yeah, that's still pretty good. So if he has 88, there's probably not much hope for like Daly and Simons to have some speed there, right? I don't think receiver is a high enough priority for my points right now. So let's take a look at national rank and take a look at some offers here. Okay. Yeah, I'm not getting a 4. We're in good shape for Richard Strong. We're going to make him one of the top early season priorities. I am willing to go up to a solid 40. No offers here from Greg Flood. Let me finish this. Just wanted to see if he was a gem. But I'll go with 15 for now because I'm limited on points. No offer. I like Kyle Lane. Not enough to go crazy here. 2 offers there. I do like RJ Higgins. I'm going to go 25 there. I don't think we're going 0-24. I don't think that we're going to be nearly as bad this time. All right, so not too many offers overall throughout the rest of the board, but we still got to see who we want to put these points on. So a little scouting is necessary. Good finesse. That's pretty good run block there. I'm happy with that. George Donahue is going to get a 15. I've seen enough. Let's scout the safety. 78. Can't do it. Well-rounded guard, Sidney Ivory. Really good run block power. All right, I like that. We have some good O-line targets, all right? We're getting some more strength on this team. Twin Falls, Idaho. Nick Daly, 82 speed on him. DeMarcus Simons, 87.91. Okay, 82 short route running. I'm more interested here. That's actually decent speed acceleration combo. So we can tinker more with the the recruiting side maybe next time. But what do you guys say we prepare to play our first game of the season against Louisiana Monroe? It's my birthday, September 5th. First game. Trying to start off on the right track this season. Let's set our depth chart, which shouldn't take too many changes here. I can always set up red shirts a little bit later too, maybe before the next stream. But let me auto reorder first. Marquise Walker, Darius McIver, Sammy Hawthorne. You got the big three at receiver. Looks like Takeoff is playing as a freshman. Yep. Jaricus Hairston. Excited about having a more versatile tight end that can move. We'll give Stuart Andrews another chance, but I would like to have us put Medlock on the same side this year. Because that is meant to be like the run blocking side. I want to run to the right with this team. And I can probably even get the freshman Jalen Willingham out there. Weathersby is bigger and faster than Takeoff. Yeah, he is more athletic. Sal Weathersby was a more critical addition this year. I can get a little bit deeper on the depth chart maybe before the next stream, but we're approaching the 3-hour mark. I would like to get our first game done and then wrap up the stream. But I've had a really good time with this. I'm excited to continue this alongside the Arkansas State Dynasty coming soon. And I really want to make sure playtime for Rashawn Holly is going to be critical. I might even make him one of our sub linebackers. I want Portilla to play on the outside. Portilla's going to start. And maybe, too, I can edit, like, gear and stuff before the next stream a little bit. That'd be cool. Slot receiver, we're going to make that still Troy Evans. But I want to check the route runnings on them. Yeah, it's better for Troy. Chance Coates might get some early playing time here. Along with Ralph McCray. Can they get off blocks at all? Block shed? No, you guys can't just dominate that. Can't wait to watch Nebraska go into Minnesota and destroy those boat rowers this year. We'll see. I'm looking forward to that matchup. I think Matt Rule's doing a pretty good job over there. We'll see about the Gophers this season. All right, so in terms of coverage, yeah, Rashawn Holly's not quite on Flowers' level, but he is more athletic. I'll give Rashawn Holly a chance to get some playing time. It's his deal breaker as a freshman. 3-star gem. More we play him, more he's going to develop. Y'all want to get into this first game? One more game today. Welcome to Season 2, everybody, of the Kalispell Dynasty. Chasing that very first win. We're going throwbacks week 1. Quarterback's going to be Marquise Walker. We're going back to Walker, hoping year 2's better with more protection, a better developed roster. So I'll play first possession of defense, first possession for offense. and then we'll play the moments. Welcome to Season 2, everybody. Kalispell and Louisiana Monroe. The Warhawk Bowl is back. And after a winless first season, have we made enough progress? We had the 75th ranked recruiting class. We have a roster that was very young, and a lot of the starters return. Most of the starters we lost were backups, outside of like Eddie Benson, who was also replaced in the transfer portal by Darius McIver. So we'll see if we got what it takes to get that first win here. Lucky number 13. 13th game, maybe? Defense looking a little leaky on the first couple plays. They have a star at running back, too. That's definitely a concern. In the backfield. Marcus Calhoun is the best player on the team now, like an 82 overall. Got a bunch of development in the offseason. Let me, after this play, I'll move my camera. Throwing it. Nice call. Way too soft there with Cam. All right, they work their way into plus territory. Ooh, that looked a little messy. Yeah, our overall's up big time this year. Second down, a screen. Gain of 4. All right, looking for a play that gets us off the field this time. Let's blitz. Flip it so Holly blitzes. Rashawn Holly. New starting freshman linebacker as they run it right into Marcus Calhoun, and the drive is over. All right, what has changed now for the offense after running for like 450 yards last season? We were the worst rushing team in college football. But Marquise Walker's back. He's better. Much of this team should be far improved. Still so cool seeing these graphics for Kalispell pop up. But also very excited about our new running back, Darius McIver. And he's going to take it outside. Now, I changed his number. Does that mean he's not an NIL player and Darius McIver isn't real? Is he only here in our universe? Motion from Rashawn Brooks and a play fake. Then we dish it out. Nice catch. McIver, first down to the new running back. Ooh, extending. We're out of there. Oh, what? What? I was trying to dump that off to the tight end quickly there. I just wanted to just lob it there. He threw it right to the defense. Okay, he's real? From Wyoming? All right, I'm playing the first couple drives. In the future, there may be some more full games on occasion. I want them to be very, few and far between because we want to move fast. But I'll play a decent bit here of the first game of the year. It's a blitz! Marcus Calhoun records our first sack of the season. Nobody had more than 2 sacks on the defense last year. we had 6 as a team. It might be you can change their numbers when and if they transfer. Okay. I'll have to figure out the answer. We forced the underneath check down. We are getting off the field again, even after the interception that screwed everything up. Troy Evans going to let it go into the end zone. Let's see if we can get some passing going. That's what you guys are missing, right? Me throwing the football. Opening with a throw. Rashawn Brooks makes his first catch. Seeing some 3-3-5 from them. McIver. Ooh. Got 1. Yards really do not come easily in this game. I certainly got to get the tight end going here. Hairston, number 13. But for now, across the middle, Sonny Archer on the reception. Let me get a little Sammy Hawthorne in there now. What book? Wisconsin. I picked them because for I had to pick a playbook for the team builder. And as I looked for something more pro style with some I formation, there aren't a lot of choices. But Wisconsin was a pretty decent fit. Sammy, 4 yards on those 2 carries. Sonny Archer much better this season. Took a huge off-season leap. And to the outside, behind Evans, but he makes the catch. First down. I don't trust that slot corner there. Another run to Sammy. Just not strong enough there at the point of attack. Uh-oh. Walker going down. 3rd and 19. And lob it out there. Plenty of time, and Rashawn Brooks across the field breaks open. That was some good protection on that play. That does not... that was not happening much in Season 1. It was a 3-man rush. But we'll take that all day. Little keeper here. No gain, Marquise Walker. First quarter is about done. There we go. Good timing. I might have had Troy Evans there, though. When I saw that blitzer, though, I wanted Hairston. We are not losing. 3rd and 4. 4-down territory, maybe? Run to the right behind Medlock and Andrews. Yikes. I'm going for it. And then we'll get into play the moments. Probably going to blitz here. McIver in the backfield. 4th and 5. We go to Hairston. Oh, am I going to lose forward progress? I got it. Wow. I wasn't sure how they were going to rule that. Nice catch. Number 13 is a tight end who transferred here in the offseason. Very happy to have some more speed and athleticism there. Run game still very difficult to get much going. Heavy pressure on the way. Looking downfield. Intercepted. Second already in the first half. And we're going to play the moments. All right, still scoreless, taking over on a 3rd and 10 in the second quarter. We're in field goal range. Brooks. Oh, the reach. And he snags it. Yeah, do not. I was trying to get back on the field to continue the drive, but hitting circle there didn't take me back. New kicker. And Soto hits it. That's our new kicker, Vaughn Soto. Big 3rd down, make the stop, 3rd and 4. A running back that was really fast and a kickoff specialist. You're thinking of Maurice Pratt from the Gopher Dynasty. Ah, come on. He had like 96, 97 speed. On the keep. Nice play, Cam. Nice play. They're giving me a 2-minute drill. We'll be over after this game, but we're trying to get that first win still. I could not be done before getting into the first game of this newest season. And here we go. We're going to roll out and turn Brooks into a blocker. Gain of a few there to Hairston. Got all of our timeouts if we put something together here. Darius McIver is the running back. Breaking wide open. A flag is down. This is probably going to get wiped out. Best play in a while. That's a great call, Kenny. Here to speed up the second half of the workday. Oh. Oh, what a catch, Sonny. I forgot his route was going to go a little bit deeper, but it ends up working out. And caught. Let's call timeout there. Sonny bailed me out. I threw a good ball, you know. It goes both ways. Come back. On the money, Rashawn Brooks. Never a doubt. Move the sticks. Blitzing. Open. McIver. Inside the 25. Timeout, Warhawks. Which Warhawk? .35 seconds. Rolling, and now a sack that's going to force us to burn our last time out. All right. It was impressive getting down here. We have to come away with at least 3. Yeah, McIver's carrying could be a little risky on a big workload. Over the top. You got him. Troy Evans. It's poked away. 3rd and 18. From here, it's a 48-yard field goal, too. He lofts that one to the end zone. It's going to be out of reach, and we'll send out the field goal unit. Vaughn Soto, freshman kicker. Vaughn. He's got it, and Kalispell takes a 6-0 lead. And the sun is setting as we take over now a red zone trip for the good guys. Saw that pressure coming, was just trying to get it out. Three-yard run for McIver. We move Sammy Hawthorne out to the slot. And throwing. Oh, jeez. Sonny did not help us out there. I'm glad he finally dropped one, though. Vaughn Soto, with his 3rd field goal, puts us up 9-0 in the second half. And now ULM is desperate, and they're going for it on 4th and goal from our 4. Oh, boy. How about this aggressiveness right here? We send 4 out of the pocket into the end zone. Touchdown, Warhawks. ULM makes it a closer game. Uh-oh. Next moment, now they're at our 18. The field goals may not be enough. Yep, these are with Mat 10 sliders. Defense didn't pick up too many big plays in these moments last year. Nice. That was Rashawn Holly. Freshman lurking linebacker. We send 5. Pass. Overthrown. Past Otis Frazier. So it's going to be a big spot here. Yeah, that's a cool graphic too. Tavon, we ended up going winless our first season, but I'd say the offseason was successful. We lost a lot of players. The kick is off the upright. No good. We are going for our first win right now, and that kick just put us a little bit closer. Oh, but now it's a new situation where we're at our own 10. So what happened? We turn it over? I'll probably play a good deal of this 4th quarter. Play the moments has been kind of funky with what it does let you or throw you into versus what it skips over. 9-7 Kalispell. We don't want to give up a touchdown here. Good coverage. It's all hitches. Oh, no! I hit the right stick to go after him. And he just fed it right by Marcus Calhoun there for a touchdown. Why am I only getting defense? Third down. A run right through the middle of it. Oh, boy. 8 minutes to go in the game. Calhoun is going to chase him inside the 1. We're looking at going down by 2 possessions, possibly. Unless we can force a field goal, and that's a good tackle. Back a couple yards. Flipped ahead, cut downhill, touchdown, ULM. And I think we're going to jump into the rest of this game and see if there's any way we can get a score, stop, and score. Thank you all for coming to tonight's stream. This game will be our last of the day. And it's not looking good right now for us trying to get that very first victory. As we'll throw it over the middle for Hairston. Marquise has 5 interceptions. I've thrown 3 of them? 2 of them? It's not a good sign when you've lost count. McIver on the check down. Ooh, I tried to shovel it to him there. We're gonna roll. Flip it late to Hairston, closer to midfield. The next stream? I don't know yet. There's a chance it could be tomorrow, but we'll have to see. I'm not going to be free Friday, so I'm going to have to see how much I'm able to get done tomorrow in anticipation for Friday and the weekend. But I will post, what I've been doing is I've been posting scheduling the stream that morning, so the event is available. You can see it there beforehand. McIver, good running. Over the middle for Brooks again. We're working down the field. We're getting there. Fake to McIver. Complete to Sonny. Archer to the 15. This play is just called Hank. I don't see Hank Holder out here. We already have a couple touchdowns. How much better would Hank Holder make this team? Through the hands of a brand new receiver in Weathersby. Had to leave for a bit. Do we win a game yet? No, we are now into Season 2, and we're attempting that now, but the score is not in our favor right now. Throwing into the blitz for McIver, the transfer running back. Given how tired he is, I think we're going to be giving Sammy Hawthorne a little more playing time here as we try to run for this first down. Let's flip it. Got Medlock and Andrews on the right side. Nice blocking. Medlock, touchdown. Sammy Hawthorne. Just got to get the ball back and do it again. Extra point from Vaughn Soto makes it 21-16. All right, who can make a big play late? Does anyone have a clutch play to show this is a different team in Season 2? Anyone? Ben Portilla, the freshman corner. Marcus Calhoun. Who wants to make a play? Gain of 10 to start the drive for the ULM Warhawks. They're spreading out the defense. Not afraid to keep passing, it appears. Incomplete. Calhoun covering. Again to the air, a quick hitter. Good rally, guys. 3rd and 4. That's what we had to do. Get into 3rd down, try to get off the field. All right. Can we make a play on 3rd down? We're sending pressure. It's going to be a stunt. And they got it. First down, ULM. We're going to burn a timeout. We got another chance still. Will they now be looking to run? Calhoun is there, wrapping up the running back on a gain of 2. Are they shifting to more of a run mode? Let's see, 2nd down. A lot of options here. It's the running back. Tackled. We're out of timeouts. We're putting it all on this play. Right here. A chance to get the ball back. It's a throw. Time. Caught. First down. He got it by a yard. Maybe I should have played cover 6 there or something else. So close. The first win has eluded us. The hunt will have to continue. Now they're coming out in their offense. That's going to get them, I think, with enough time now to get it. Yeah. Surprised that kneeling it with 2 minutes on the clock didn't just run all the time off, because that's 2 minutes. 21-16. Kalispell 0-13 now. Marquise Walker, 5 interceptions in the opener. The quarterback for ULM is a transfer from Arkansas. Are you kidding me? They had to get an SEC quarterback to beat us? Bad debut here for Walker. Michael Van Buren Jr., 76. How many interceptions did I throw in this game? Was it 2 or 3? So 5 picks cannot be happening. I think I threw 2 of them. The CPU, Marquise Walker, threw 3. Didn't run the ball great. That is still very difficult. I think we got some players in the passing game. But we got to think about how next episode we can finally get that first win. Because I thought this was going to be it. I thought our team was good enough. But not here right now. Still, we got this roster in better shape for the second season of this dynasty. And we continue, we'll have more chances at getting that very first win. This is a significantly better team than last season. Now, we're going to play next Delaware. That could be a good chance for us. Florida, don't get your hopes up. That's a measuring stick game to see where we are, in Season 2 with that caliber of opponent. But we'll see next time as we continue to piece this together, try to make a winner out of Kalispell again. Thank you all for coming to the stream. If you missed anything, I will add some chapters when I have a chance tonight. And I'm excited to continue this. I think we have a fun stream series that is not just fun for me to do, but a lot of you are showing a lot of enthusiasm for it. So I really appreciate that. Please subscribe and leave a like. Would definitely help out this series. Maybe get some new eyes on the channel. But have a great day, everybody. Marlins tomorrow. And we'll see the next stream here. I'll try to do it as soon as I can. There's a chance it's tomorrow. But I'll have to see if I can squeeze it in. So have a good one, everybody. I'll catch y'all.